What's up guys, Skittle Rampage here. So this is another Funko Pop Beginner's Guide video, and this is the top 10 most expensive Funko Pop fandoms. Let's get this started. Also guys, if you have not followed me on Instagram yet, please do, because I post all kinds of pictures of my collection, all my newest videos, just in case you did not click that notification bell, which you should. So follow me on Instagram. Alright guys, so I have my top 10 list right here. So I thought this video would be kind of cool to do, just to show you guys, if you're a new collector or if you're a current collector and don't know, you should know by now, but still, this is to help out a lot of new collectors and current collectors if I can. So this is just kind of to show you guys, like, what is the most expensive fandoms and basically what you're getting yourself into, because when I first started Dragon Ball Z, I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. I just knew I loved the characters, I loved the pops, and then same with My Hero Academia, you know, almost $1,000 later. So if you guys are loving these collector guide videos, please drop a like on the video and let me know some suggestions of other collector guide videos you'd like to see in the future. Anyways guys, coming in at number 10 is Harry Potter. Harry Potter is an actually really big set. I think there's around, man, I was looking at all kinds of numbers, so I can't remember the exact number, but I would say 130 pops total. If you go to your Funko app and type in Harry Potter and then do the filter, it'll say just pops. So I want to say it's around 120 to 130. So I had a tough time with the number 10 spot between Motu, or Masters of the Universe, for those who don't know, and Harry Potter. I feel like those were some of the bigger fandoms and the more expensive ones, because Motu has a grail around $1,000, and then Harry Potter has a couple grails in it, but more pops than Motu. So I feel like Harry Potter took that spot just based off its large amount of pops versus Motu only having like 30 and a few grails. But then again, if you really do the numbers, I feel like maybe Motu might come on top for a little bit, but you guys are welcome to do those numbers exactly if you'd like. So the most expensive Harry Potter grail so far is Luna Lovegood. So she is an SDCC exclusive. So with her, she has two stickers, which includes the SDCC one and the Summer Convention one. The SDCC one being at $155 and the Summer Convention one being $80. You can tell that a sticker makes a $75 difference for some reason. Who really knows? Still though, she is a really cool grail, and I've actually owned her a while back. I did an unboxing video, so you guys can check that out on my channel if you'd like. Coming in at the number 9 spot is Game of Thrones. So the Game of Thrones, actually the grails, all the grails in that line took a really big hit after the show's end, because I heard the show, like the ending was really, really bad. I heard the show's super good, but the show's ending was so bad, everyone hated it, and they wanted a rewrite of it. And there was actually a lot of people who were writing like fanned endings that wanted it to be put in the show. I don't think that ever happened or anything like that, but I heard it was a really good show. So the Game of Thrones grail is the Headless Ned Stark. Now, there's also another Game of Thrones grail that's a Freddy Funko, and it's the Freddy Lannister, Jaime Lannister, which is like, I want to say it's like almost $10,000, but that's a Freddy Funko line and versus the Game of Thrones line. So I'm trying to keep it specifically for Game of Thrones characters. This was another one that was hard to put in the number 9 and like in 10 spot, just because like it has the Headless Ned Stark grail, and I want to say like a couple other grails. The value for the full set just really plummeted down the line, so I feel like it's perfect at the number 9 spot. Coming in at number 8 is WWE. So this is actually a set I thought about collecting a while back, but all the ones that I would really want are really expensive. So like AJ Lee, she's a great diva in the show. She was actually one of my favorite. You know, I thought she was super attractive when I was like 15. Kind of funny. John Cena is my favorite wrestler by far, and he has one that's like $250 and another one that's like $150. I have one John Cena pop and he was $10, and he's out of box up there because his box was all messed up. And the most expensive WWE grail is Rey Mysterio in his black costume or ring attire, whatever you want to call it, and he's running at about $440 for being an SDCC exclusive. So it makes sense. He's gained value over time. So he also has two other variants, that one sitting at $195 and one around like $150, I want to say. So I felt like WWE was perfect for the number 8 spot. Number 7 on the list is a fandom that I know and love, is Dragon Ball Z. So Dragon Ball Z has a plethora of grails, including the PA Vegeta being the top grail, being at about $2,300. That's on Pop Price Guide. All these prices have been from Pop Price Guide and the Funko app, kind of like a mix of the two. I would say nobody would probably sell their PA Vegeta right now at $2,300, more like $2,600 to $3,000. I want to say that's what I've seen the prices go for on like eBay and, you know, in groups and things like that. So I don't think anybody's selling it unless it's like a quick sale and they want to sell it $2,300 and under. So I felt like Dragon Ball Z at number 7 was a good neutral spot because of that PA Vegeta. I think with just the grails alone, I want to say they equal almost $3,000. It puts it far above Game of Thrones, so perfect at the number 7 spot. Coming in at number 6 is Star Wars. So the Star Wars line is like really extensive. I want to say just in pops there's like 200, maybe more than that. I don't think I filtered it out on the Funko app, but I know there is lots and lots of Star Wars grails. There's a lot of Star Wars commons. There's so many Star Wars pops in that set. I feel bad for anyone who collects Star Wars because that is just a nightmare. And you know, with the top grail being holographic Darth Maul, and he's at $26.50, I want to say no one will sell it at that price most likely. I want to give him a realistic price at $3,000 and, you know, skip over the Funko app and Pop Price Guide's price, because I don't see anybody selling it for less than $2,800 just because it's such a rare piece. So I've never even seen one like in person. You know, that's one of the grails I've just never seen in person. I've seen pictures of it. I've seen people selling it, but I've never seen it in person. Like, it's such a cool pop. I've seen the glow. The glow's fantastic on it, but I doubt I'll ever see it in person or even hold one because $3,000, good lord. I barely wanted to spend $300 on Frieza, so I can't imagine $3,000 for you Star Wars fans. Like, you guys, I feel bad for you guys. There's so many in that set. I thought Dragon Ball Z was bad. Star Wars, they come out with like 52 R2-D2s. So coming in with number 5 on the list is ad icons. So I want to keep Star Wars and ad icons kind of at a tie, because I feel like Star Wars might be slightly above ad icons with the sheer numbers of pops there is, and there's a couple more grails than there is in ad icons. But I feel like ad icons, with the Boo Berry Glow Chase being at $3,500 alone and him being so rare, I don't see anybody selling it for $3,500. I want to say it's more like at $5,000. That's just a number I'm guessing, but I've seen it sell for around that. So I feel like ad icons is slightly above Star Wars, but then again, I want to say they're kind of the same as well. So I'll let you guys decide that one in the comments below. But there are so many ad icon grails, and they've actually, I feel like ad icons have really taken a hit lately, especially with the Tony the Tigers. There was the Yummy Mummy and Fruit Brute. Those took hits because those used to be $300 pops each, and you know, they're easy like $150 each now. It's freaking crazy. Pops seemed like all the grails seem to really be taking hits lately. But I feel like ad icons at 5 was a good like neutral territory, because there's a couple good pieces, but there's also a couple low pieces. So it was a tough place at 5. Coming up number 4 on the list is Marvel. So the Marvel grail that I could find that was the most expensive, and if you guys know a more expensive one for this, please let me know down below. But the most expensive one that I found was Captain America Metallic, and this is an SDCC one, and is $1,930. Nobody will sell it at that price though. I feel like, I really feel like it's around like $2,200 to $2,500. So it's like really rare. It's definitely one of those rare ones. There's so many other rare ones in Marvel as well, but I feel like that's probably the most expensive. But then again, if you guys know more expensive ones that aren't Freddy Funkos, let me know down below. Coming in at number 3 is DC. So similar to ad icons in Star Wars, I feel like DC and Marvel tie for the 3rd and 4th spot, just because there's like a lot of similar priced grails in DC and Marvel, but DC seems to have a couple higher ones, so I gave it to DC for the number 3 spot. But the most expensive one that I could find was Green Lantern, and this was a glow one, or glow in the dark SDCC one. So he's extremely limited, just like Captain America was, or in any other grail you'd find. Like, this is like the top of the DC grails. If he's not a Freddy Funko, this is like the top. Now, there's so many other DC grails, but this one is the one that I've seen sell for the most in Funko groups on eBay. If you guys know of one that's higher than this Green Lantern glow, let me know down below, but this is the most expensive one I could find at $2,300. Coming at number 2 on the list is Freddy Funkos. So I want to say Freddy Funkos is one of the most expensive fandoms out there, and honestly, I'm not really sure why, because most of them are just head swaps onto bodies of other pops, and then, you know, you throw some blood on there, or you throw some chocolate or things like that. But it's really crazy how much people love the Freddy Funkos and how expensive they've become. So the most expensive Freddy Funko is a Count Chocula Glow Chase, coming in at $10,000. Oh my lord. There's no way for a piece this limited and worth that much I don't see anybody selling it for $10,000, maybe $20,000, I want to say. This one is like extremely limited next to like the Willy Wonka 2-pack, I want to say. The gold 2-pack. Maybe not as limited, but definitely as hard to find, just because there's not really that many pieces out there anymore that people are willing to sell or really even show you, I want to say. So, you know, that's definitely the most expensive Freddy Funko that I could find. You know, at $10,000, that's just top tier. That's way out of my budget. I would say $500 is maybe out of my budget for pops. I could never spend $10,000 on a pop unless I'm like a cajillionaire. So let me know down below if you guys think you know of a more expensive one than $10,000 Count Chocula here. Coming in at number 1 is Disney. So I'm sure most of you guys guessed this already. So the most expensive Disney pop is, can you guess it? Can you guess it? Clown Dumbo, SDCC exclusive, 48 pieces made in the world, coming in at $6,430. I want to say I would round him up to about $7,000. I think that's what somebody would be willing to sell him for, is about $7K. That's crazy, like $7,000 for the Clown Dumbo. And honestly, if I'm really like talking about him, it's just kind of silly. He doesn't even really look like a clown. Like, that piece right there is worth $7,000. There's so many other better detailed pops that could be worth $7,000, and it's a Disney Clown Dumbo that's worth $7,000. Oh my god. So Disney took the top spot just because there's so many Disney pops, there's so many different variants, there's just so many Disney grails that are really up there. You know, with Clown Dumbo being at $6,500 alone is just freaking crazy. So at one point I thought it was a tie between the Freddy Funkos just because there's so many expensive Freddy Funkos, but Disney definitely took the top spot. Anyways, guys, tell me down below if you guys enjoyed this top 10 video, if you guys are loving these Funko Pop beginner guide videos. I thought this was really, really fun to make. The idea just kind of came to me. It was really fun to do. Let me know down below also if you guys would make any changes to this top 10 list. If you guys would change anything around, or if you think I got something wrong, let me know down below. Anyways, I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys later. Bye.